And Aviv, we see more and more of these people in Tel Aviv taking to the streets. They want to see a state commission of inquiry. But why is Benjamin Netanyahu still resisting a full state commission of inquiry? We're more than 2 years after October 7th. We're in the midst of a ceasefire. But has the prime minister's messaging changed at all?
First of all, Netanyahu's argument, Nicole, is that a state commission led by the Supreme Court president will be distorted. It won't be a fair committee. This is his argument why such a committee should not come into being. I think that according to what Netanyahu did in the past couple of days, by releasing selectively 55 pages of his excuses or his arguments, shows that he wants to maybe change the pages of history. That's how Netanyahu always wanted. And when I was working for him, he always asked me, we should put this thing for the record that people will know. So Netanyahu tries to tell his story without any other interference. And you have to bear in mind that at least one state committee that was after the fires after the fire and after Miron incident did find Netanyahu for lack of performance. So I think that Netanyahu knows what the circumstances will be. Netanyahu, from my perspective, is making a mistake because he keeps this issue alive. Imagine, Nicole, that Netanyahu would have said, you know what, okay, I agree to it and we'll do it someday, maybe after the elections, maybe later on. Anyway, it will take several years to get a resolution and get and put the end of this ordeal. Even today, you see the headlines, you see the counter act by other politicians, by the media, saying, yes, Netanyahu gave false information, that he claims that he was preaching for eliminating the Hamas leaders. Now they find all kinds of quotes from the Foreign and the Security Committee that he says the opposite, that let's keep the situation still. Also that other arguments about that Hamas is deterred and let's keep it that way. And even his, how should I say, unofficial spokesman, Yaakov Bardugo from Channel 14 tries to defend Netanyahu, and it just keeps the flames alive. In day one of PR school, they tell you what you need to do is emphasis and focus on your success and not on your failures. October 7th, many people say that Netanyahu failed. After October 7th, many people say that Netanyahu succeeded or well performed. He should focus on that and not on the failure of October 7th and try to push it aside as much as possible, which what Netanyahu is doing now is totally the opposite.
Well, that's an interesting point, Aviv. Let's say an inquiry does happen moving forward. Would a state inquiry actually strengthen leadership and public trust, or could it have the opposite effect? Could it weaken it where the country is right now?
At the beginning, Netanyahu said that he is opposed it because he doesn't want the IDF leaders to be preoccupied with testimonials and hiring all kinds of lawyers to find to build their line of defense. This was his first excuse. But now, more or less after the war, it's about time to find out what has happened, as we did after October 1973. And by the way, after the failure of Yom Kippur War, Golda Meir was re-elected. So I think that Netanyahu is making a huge mistake by trying to avoid or run away from such an inquiry, because it is something that is inevitable. And this is maybe will be the only thing, in addition to the serving the law, the draft law, these will be the two main issues that will be the major topics in the elections. So I think that Netanyahu should have acted differently, but I think that Netanyahu maybe doesn't want to face reality, or he wants that people will listen and adopt his side of the story. I don't think that it will change people's mind. The ones who support Netanyahu will support Netanyahu. The one who criticizes Netanyahu will continue criticizing Netanyahu. but this story will still be alive.
And it certainly will continue to be in the headlines, it seems. Aviv Bushinsky, thanks so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you.